Welcome to our channel dedicated to Mystery Enigma. Subscribe to our channel now so you don't miss any videos about incredible discoveries around the world. Thank you so much for your interest and support. Enjoy! The story of the Titanic is one of the most famous and dramatic maritime narratives, a combination of historical events and enigmas that has fascinated generations. Nicknamed the Lily of the Navy, the Titanic represented, at the time, the pinnacle of naval technology, the largest and most luxurious ocean liner ever built. Designed to be unsinkable, she began her maiden voyage on April 10, 1912, sailing from Southampton, England, bound for New York, USA. Built at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Northern Ireland, Titanic embodied the pinnacle of naval engineering of its time. Measuring 269 meters long and weighing over 46,000 tons, the ship was equipped with the most advanced technology, including watertight compartments and a wireless telegraphy system. The ship could accommodate approximately 2,435 passengers divided into first, second and third class, as well as 900 crew members. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic left the port of Southampton with approximately 2,224 people on board, including some of the most influential people of the time, such as John Jacob Astor IV and Benjamin Guggenheim. However, during the night of April 14, 1912, while sailing in the North Atlantic, the ship struck an iceberg. Despite clear weather conditions, the unusually calm sea made it difficult to spot the drifting ice. At 11:40 p.m., Titanic struck an iceberg on the starboard side of the bow, damaging 5 of the 16 watertight compartments. Despite the crew's best efforts, the Titanic began to sink. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15, the ship broke in two and sank, killing over 1,500 people. Only 700 people, mostly women and children, were rescued by the ocean liner Carpathia. For many years it was believed that the iceberg was the main cause of the disaster, but recent findings suggest that a fire that broke out on board before the ship's departure may have weakened the ship's structure. Journalist Senan Milani, after years of research, discovered a 30-foot dark spot on the hull, visible in a photo taken before the ship's departure. Metallurgical experts speculate that the fire, burning at high temperatures for weeks, may have compromised the metal's resistance, reducing its strength by up to 75%. This would explain why the iceberg was able to cause such devastating damage. Another contributing factor was the inadequate number of lifeboats on board, only 20, enough for a third of the passengers. This was in accordance with the laws of the time, which required lifeboats based on the tonnage of the ship, not the number of people on board. Additionally, Captain Edward John Smith canceled a rescue drill scheduled for the day of the disaster, a decision that may have exacerbated the chaos during the evacuation. The wreck of the Titanic was discovered in 1985 at a depth of approximately 3,800 meters, revealing new details about the tragedy. The sinking of the Titanic led to major reforms in maritime safety, including the establishment of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SELAS, which established new regulations on ship safety. The Titanic tragedy remains a powerful symbol of human fragility in the face of nature and a warning of the risks of technological arrogance. While many of the questions surrounding the disaster have been answered, the Titanic continues to exert a timeless fascination, remaining one of the most dramatic and mysterious tales in modern history. After the sinking, numerous theories and investigations have attempted to clarify more precisely the causes of the disaster and the events that occurred during those fateful hours. After the collision with the iceberg, many on board did not immediately understand the gravity of the situation. The widespread belief that the ship was unsinkable made many passengers hesitant to leave the comfort of the vessel. The order was given to don life jackets and head for the lifeboats, but the first ones were lowered into the sea almost empty. The first, designed for 65 people, carried only 27. The SS Californian, a ship that was in the vicinity of the Titanic, has been the subject of much discussion. Anchored in the ice for the night, its officers noticed flashing lights on the horizon, mistakenly interpreted as non-urgent signals, perhaps fireworks, and not as distress flares. The Californian's captain, Stanley Lord, chose not to intervene immediately, a mistake that cost him his career and fueled his guilt over failing to prevent the catastrophe. The search for the wreck of the Titanic represents one of the most significant maritime explorations of the 20th century. Discovered in 1985, more than 70 years after the disaster, by a Franco-American expedition led by Robert Ballard, the wreck revealed that the Titanic had broken in two, with the sections approximately 600 meters apart. Among the wreckage were found numerous personal items of the passengers, such as suitcases, shoes and dishes, which provided a touching testimony of life on board before the disaster. One of the more bizarre legends associated with the Titanic concerns the alleged cursed sarcophagus. According to legend, an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus containing the mummy of a priestess was aboard the Titanic and its curse doomed the ship. However, this story has been widely debunked by historians. Another popular conspiracy theory holds that it was not the Titanic that sank, but its sister ship, the Olympic, in an elaborate insurance fraud scheme. It is speculated that the Olympic, damaged in an earlier accident, was deliberately sunk by the White Star Line. This theory has also been largely discredited by experts, who have provided evidence to support the identity of the Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic prompted a complete overhaul of maritime safety regulations. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SELAS, established in 1914, was a direct response to the tragedy, imposing new rules, such as having enough lifeboats for everyone on board and mandatory abandoned ship drills. The Titanic has become a symbol of human presumption and vulnerability in the face of the forces of nature. Its story has inspired numerous books, films, documentaries, and works of art. The 1997 film, directed by James Cameron, helped bring the story of the Titanic to a new generation, renewing interest in the details of the tragedy. Despite the discovery of the wreck and numerous expeditions, the Titanic continues to be the subject of scientific interest. The extreme conditions of the ocean floor pose significant challenges, but modern technology has enabled the creation of detailed maps of the wreck site, contributing to a deeper understanding of what happened that night in 1912. In short, the story of the Titanic is a complex tale that intertwines technological innovation, human error, fate, and an enduring sense of mystery. The lessons learned from her sinking have had a lasting impact on maritime safety and continue to resonate throughout the modern world. Yet, despite all the explanations and discoveries, the enigmatic aura of the Titanic persists, keeping it one of the most fascinating and tragic chapters in maritime history. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for following us and see you next adventure.